Folks, this is Mike Uzina of Menorcan Magic Handmade Cast Nets here in St. Augustine, Florida. It's a little chilly this morning out there for us. You know, if it gets 38 degrees, that's cold. We're not used to that. But anyhow, I hope everyone had a wonderful, happy, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and you have a prosperous year this year. Looking forward to hearing from you on some of the stuff we do. What I want to do today, I'll cover a couple of things. I want to show you a net. I encounter a lot of people in places I go to demonstrate this stuff that had no idea that these nets were ever made by hand. I guess they just, at their age and they wanted a net, they just went to a bait and tackle shop or recently go online and buy anything you want. But anyway, they were back as uh, everything, all webbing was made by hand until 1952. Before that, everything was made by hand. But in '52, the Japanese patented actually they patented it in '51, but machines showed up in the United States in '52, and they started making machine-made webbing, and the rest is history. All right, what I want to just show you, this is a totally handmade, I tied every knot net. This is a bait net. It is available, by the way. If you want to contact me, I'll give you that information in a little while. And like I said, this is a 6 foot, and as you can see, there's no seams. By the way, a handmade net is a continuous circle. There's no seams in it. You can see how well that lead line is attached to this thing. Those sinkers will not ever slip and slide. I want to show you how you start a net from scratch. In order for time's sake, I'm going to show, I've done this in stages, so I won't take up a lot of your time, but I'm going to show you how to start it, get to the point, and start the widenings. So that'll get you, that should get you going. What I do, I'll start, as you can see, with well, I use string. I see people, they use these little round rings and coat hangers and different things, which is fine. It works for them. That's fine. But however, when you go to put this net onto the horn, and you have to have the line, you can't tie it on there with a ring. You have to physically do this, tie it. Like I did that and showed you that net. You have to secure it. So why not just do it in the first place? So I'm just going to show you what I do. I'm going to start. I usually get about a couple of feet, about all you need. And I double this. So what I got to do is get out of there. I'm gonna cut my line off the spool, and you double it. Now, in order to have this thing nice and tight, you want these things even. So what I do, I'll put them over my doorknob like that, and I'll come down here and catch this thing. I'll just tie a knot. I'm fumbling around. I'll try to make this a little bit. Now, this thing here, you got to really pull that tight, because believe it or not, in the process of when you get the knitting on it, they can loosen and pull off on you, but you just tie it right. Well, I try to tighten the first place, and I'll cut that off later. This gets thrown away. I'm just doing this to show you, and I'll secure it onto the now, and I've got a needle with some string on it, and anyway, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this thing. I've got my mesh board, and get that out of my way. Now, you got to leave a tail, because that's what you're going to tie into, which I'm going to show you here. I'll leave, depending on starting one, you don't need to leave much because you're going to cut out when you run out. You want to cut out anyway. Start again. Anyway, I'll leave a little tail hanging down, 2 foot or so, 2-3 feet. Then when I'm gonna catch this line right here like this, I'm gonna throw a simple loop, and I'm gonna come down. I usually will do this about the same size as I'm gonna do my mesh board. See, so with that, I'm gonna turn that, but you got to double tie. When you start a net, you have to double tie every one of them. If you don't, they're going to slip and slide. And that first one, you really want to pull tight. And I'll show you why when I get to that. And all I'm going to do is, right now, this is going to be mesh number 1. I'm going to come over here, come in between just like I did with the first one. And I'm going to pull this down, keep it nice and even, nice and straight. And you want to go in between. This is called a Spanish knot, by the way. And I'm going to double tie this. You have to double tie them all. You can do it 2 different ways. I'll show you the other way. Only the other way you can do it. Now that's the first mesh. And then I'm going to take, there's 2 ways of doing it. And for years I did it. I'm going to show you the way I did it. I just double tied it. Just went through once. And it came right back and went through again. You can do it that way. But I've discovered that I just do it the first time and it's done. And that is, I pick it up and see, I'm keeping that nice and snug. Keep your stuff tight. Don't leave no slack in it. I'm gonna go through here, double tie this. See how that does? How it ties. You see that, Andy? Just catching that, and that's it. Now I'm gonna do this 41 times. 41 times. Okay. 42 is going to be when I tie these 2 together, and that's what I'm going to show you now. That's done. We're going to assume that there's no point in me sitting here and tying 41 meshes. That wouldn't make any sense. So what I'm going to do, I started this before, and what I want to show you is I'm going to count these, and you want to frequently count them. You want to make sure that you don't get under or over. So what we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 7, 8, 9, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. All right. You got 34. Now I gotta do this to, what have I got to do? 5 more? Is that right? Don't worry about that knot. I had a break and I had to put it away. This is going to get thrown away. Anyhow, all right. Now, 34. This is number 35. I don't like these old plastic needles, by the way. I don't use them, but for this, it doesn't matter. All right. What's that, 35?
It's 36.
Huh?
36.
36, okay. Now, I believe it, 36. I'm going to count this again. I'm going to make damn sure. What's the old saying? Measure twice and cut once. All right. I got to talk to you. I got off my train of thought a little bit. Let's go ahead and count these again. Now, I'm going to show you something else. Periodically, as you go, you want to check this. See, I'm a little bit long on this one. I'll show you how to shorten that. It's just a little bit. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 to 9, 30, 31, 32, 33, 4, 35, 36, 37, 38. All right. Now, if I'm a little bit heavy, in other words, this was a little bit bigger than it should be, what you want to do is when you come in here like this, so I'm gonna slant that gauge. You see that, Andy? I'm gonna slant that. If it was too close, I would do this, bring it out. Instead, I'm gonna bring it in just a little teeny bit. And what's this? Is this 39?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is number 39. I'm not going to count them again because I feel confident I didn't boo boo. 39. Okay. All right. This is number 40. Is that 41?
Yeah, this one's going to be 41.
This one here. Okay. One more. All right. That's all I'm going to do. It's 41. Now I want 42 meshes because I'm going to put 14 windings in it. What's 3 apart times 14 is 42. All right. So what I'm going to do now, this makes number 42. What I'm fixing to do is tie this thing together. Remember me, heard me talking about in a lot of videos about when you tie in, that makes the last mesh. You can see what I'm fixing to do. This is important. You really need to master this tie-in because if you don't, if you get lopsided, cut out and start someplace else, because you're going to get lopsided. And that's going to get lopsided on you, and you won't like that. And I guess it is, but I've done a few of them. So but anyway, then I'll take my gauge and see if I got to go a little bit, but I'll back it down. I'll take my okay. And that's ready to it's ready to go. Double check. All right. Now, if I was going to continue with this thing, I would just, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to start. I'm going to switch over to the Flying Dutchman now. From the Spanish knot to the Flying Dutchman. And nobody could ever tell me where that term come from. They never could tell me. So, look at that little needle. I'm going to throw it in the trash with the net. Okay. And you just continue, just going all the way back around and tie in. So I'm going to show you again. All right. That's it. Now, get rid of this. That in the trash. And the needle with it, I think. Okay. That's how you start. That's how you start the net. Now you got it started, and you want to put 8 plain rows without windings. 8 what we call plain rows, because you're gonna you come down 8 rows, and that's what this is. This is down. This is 8 rows. You can see that. No windings. See that good, Andy? That spreads open nice. All right. Now, I'm ready to start. What the heck did I do with my gauge? I lost my gauge. All right, I'm going to show you how to start the winding. Handmade needle here. This is a needle that I made. I put half hitches on this thing to keep the cord from dangling around. Then you got to get it off. It's the only issue. This is a replica. This needle is a replica of a needle that was being made in 1900. That's what this is. Anyhow, all right. Now, as you can see, this thing's ready. There's 42 meshes apart, and it's ready to start the windings and go. All right, I got my gauge. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie one mesh. All right. 1 minute. Now I'm gonna start the windings. I'm gonna come in between, try to get a good close up of what I'm gonna show them. See this when I say in between this mesh I just tied and the next one I'm gonna tie. You go in between, right in between it like that. And don't pull that down. All you do is just you want to keep this taut. See what I'm doing? I'm gonna make my double loop. All right. And I'm gonna tie this thing. I'll tilt my gauge like this, and I'll show you why later. Because you want to keep these things there. That's the first winding. All right. Now I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3. Okay. Then I'm gonna repeat. In between. I just tied that mesh. The next one coming up, I'm come in between. Don't go over here or over here. Get directly in between those two like that. There you go. I'm gonna pull that down, snug it down like this. All right. We're gonna tie it. All right. You want to keep that nice and tight. I'll just do one more. I won't take up no more of your time. The Flying Dutchman, by the way, I've demonstrated this many, many times. You run your little finger, grip it, hold it with these 2 fingers where it won't go anywhere. And then you make that circle over the top, come in behind, pick up the mesh, and you bring it down. And when you feel pressure pulling on that little finger, that's when you let it go, not before. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and count. Okay, what do we got here? I just tied a mesh. Here's the next one coming up. I'm gonna go in between them. I hate to keep repeating myself, but I want to get that message across to you. Basically, that's all there is to it. Just take you some practice. Well, I showed you how to start it, what to do to start it. After you finish your 42 meshes, how you tie in and you're ready to go. And I think it's got you on the way. This will be on the video where you can watch it. It won't be she's pretty self. I don't know what else. I know I didn't skip anything. But anyhow, if you're interested in that 6-foot net, it's ready to go. You can, phone number here is area code 904-217-7974, or the email address is on all the videos. It's Menorcan Magic, MENORCANMAGIC at gmail.com. And I'd like to hear from you. And again, I hope everybody had a marvelous holiday season. And for goodness sake, be careful out there. Take care of yourself. And if I can help you with any of this stuff, I have people call me right all the time, with questions. And no question is a dumb question, believe me. And I'm happy to help you. I had a guy drive here from North Carolina for me to show him how to start a net. That's how bad he wanted to learn. But anyway, with all of that said, until the next time, I appreciate your time and I hope I was helpful to you. Until take care of yourself and stay safe.